It is party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show, Tuesday episode of the Chad Prather Show. Tuesday, Monday's hangover. Woo! Lisa, it's good to be here with you.
Oh, as always with you too.
You're so flannel.
I feel so fall-like.
You're so fall.
Yeah.
I feel so pure-blooded.
I like that shirt.
Yeah. It's the words here. This is one of their ones they had to get rid of. It's a little sub nipple. The words are a little sub nipple, which actually works good on camera because you can see it under the microphone.
That actually, yeah.
I told Alexander, let's make sure that stays high on the chest. That's where I like to stay. The Mothership Studio 22. We are here in the soon-to-be X Studio 22.
Why X?
We're moving next door.
We are?
Yeah, we're moving. We're picking this thing up. People won't even know it. I don't think. We're moving into the room next door. Super Mario, Chris Cruz, and of course the perfectionist, the puppet master Mark at the helm, driving us into the nether regions of all things crazy. We were at the. We didn't get to talk about this much yesterday. There's a lot going on. The Omicron variant, which apparently is not much of a variant at all. I noticed. So, I learned and taught Koine Greek, marketplace Greek, on a college level, which is New Testament Greek. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, psi, omega. So I noticed that they did skip the xi, or see, fraternities and sororities have messed up the pronunciation of Greek alphabet. It's not xi, it's z. It's z. Okay. It's not phi, it's phi. All right. It's not psi, it's c. So anyway, and I say that because the I letter depending on how you look at it, the J or the Y is an iota.
I'm so confused, but okay.
It's pronounced iota, not iota.
Okay.
Right? So that's a letter in the alphabet. But they skipped over the Z, the Z. Of course, we know that the China virus came from Xi Jinping. So they skipped over Xi. Well, I've seen that meme out there, but a lot of people don't understand that Xi is also a letter in the Greek alphabet. So they skipped over that. So the leader of China, his name is the same as the Greek alphabet. They skipped over that. There's not a Xi variant, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And we're at the Omicron. So we're hitting them all. And this when they say kids may be susceptible to it, right at the same time. When they approved the vaccine for 5 to 11-year-olds.
Isn't that convenient?
It's amazingly convenient that it also came out right after the Waukesha, Wisconsin terrorist attack. Let's call it what it is, black supremacist attack on parade participants the other night. Sad deal. They swept that right under the rug.
Oh, we haven't heard a thing about it since, really.
Amazing that Charlottesville was called an attack. It was called a car attack. The Waukesha thing is called a car crash. Everywhere you look, the headlines, CNN, even Wikipedia calls it a car crash. It wasn't a car crash. It was a purposeful attack on human beings with an automobile. It was intent to murder with a deadly weapon. That's exactly what it was, and he was successful in that. So our hearts go out to that. Anybody that saw the footage, again, it's a terrible thing. I don't want to see anyone hurt, anyone ever hurt. I don't. I wish we did have peace on earth, but you had Kyle Rittenhouse who goes out there because he was at the invitation of someone to come help protect their car lot, I believe, and he was actually cleaning graffiti off the walls and things like that when he was again attacked by a pedophile and a woman abuser and all these multiple felons. He killed 2 of them, shot a third, and he spent all his time. Of course, he was that white supremacist. I don't know how a white dude shoots 3 white dudes and is labeled a white supremacist. Like, you suck at that in that regard. But again, they got it right. But then a black dude who comes out and consistently talks about murdering white people goes out there and actually does it. They sweep that under the rug.
Killed a 6-year-old boy.
Yeah. So, I mean, the narrative there is ooh, how dare we? We got to take the Salvation Army approach and apologize for our whiteness. How about some people out there apologize for your jackassishness, because there's some real jackasses in the world. And why don't we just apologize for pure ignorance across the board? It doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. White people do dumb things. Black people do dumb things. Asians do dumb things. Name a color. They do dumb things, and they do evil things. So we got to get past all of this stuff. But it has been effectively swept under the rug. And not the third thing that's been swept under the rug is the start of the trial of Ghislaine Maxwell, who, of course, was the person who procured children and young girls for Jeffrey Epstein. And I encourage you, call the number. I posted on my Instagram yesterday. Call the number, dial in the code. They can't televise federal trials, but you can listen to them.
So you can tap in.
You can listen to them. So do that. Lots to get into today. We know that 2021 has been going just about as well as 2020, which means it sucks. We've witnessed more attempts to take away your Second Amendment rights than ever before. And they're not just, they're not just purchasing firearms and ammunition. The demand for ballistic body armor out there, that's become a real deal. The demand's never been higher. And it's just like owning a firearm. Owning ballistic body armor is the next step in ensuring that your Second Amendment rights, yourself and your family, are protected. So shopping for body armor, it might not be something you've ever thought about. You didn't think you'd have to do it. You may not know where to begin, not know what you need. Didn't even know you could buy it. But that's where AR-500 armor comes in. And best of all, they have put together some packages specifically for our audience. So there's something for everyone. AR500armor.com. You use promo code CHAD, I spell it Chad, you'll get 25% off anything in the entire store. It's the best time to prepare yourself right now. AR500 Armor, they're best sales of the year right now, so plan right now how to protect yourself and your family for the future. Get yourself the body armor we trust from AR500 Armor at AR500armor.com. Use promo code Chad, get 25% off at checkout. We'll be right back. All right, what are we going to talk about? Let's see. Omicron, that is a Omicron variant, which, isn't it interesting? Like, I put this on Twitter. It went pretty crazy, and of course, people call me stupid. That's what they do. You're stupid. You're a wannabe cowboy. I just said, tell me where I can go to get a test that will tell me what variant I have. I mean, and they're like, they'll all tell you. And I'm like, no. I said, I want a medical professional to tell me where I can go to tell me what variant of the, tell me what I got. Mm-hmm. And they're like, or what you're testing for. Well, they'll send them off and you can get that information. I'm like, you're not a medical professional. I'm asking a medical professional. Well, everybody on here is telling you. No medical professionals are telling me. None. And it's like, there's not. They just tell you you're positive or negative. Mm-hmm. And maybe there is some sophisticated way. Now, remember, the CDC came out and said that these tests can't even tell between the COVID and the flu.
Right.
So how are they going to determine the variants?
Right. And also, anytime we all get sick or have flu-like symptoms, it's just going to be another variant. Actually, Sarah Gonzalez sent out the best tweet last week, and it was like, I hate to say it, guys, the latest variant is called communism.
Communism. The last one is communism.
That's it. That's it. And this one's supposed to be mild. It's like, resembles the flu. It's probably just the flu.
Could be the flu.
No one has the flu anymore because we all have COVID.
So the other day, people are like, aren't you worried about it? I mean, I did the debate the other day with 700 people in the room. Yeah. Mobbed afterwards. People want to take pictures. It doesn't cross my mind. No. Right now, look, I have friends who got COVID. It affected them very negatively. I get it. It's still an illness. Yes. It can hurt you. It can kill you. Mm-hmm. Its complications can be bad. But I don't sit around going, so can the flu. Mm-hmm. So can tuberculosis. So can smallpox. That's why conservatives are out there living and we're not afraid. And we've got all the liberals masked up. They're still stuck in jobs where they hate the job because they have to wear a mask. And it's fear-mongering what the media is doing, the mainstream media, on top of this donkey-ass administration we have going. So the other day, I walk up to Don Huffines and we say hello. And he goes, man, I kind of got a cold. I got the sniffles or whatever. Well, most people are like, oh, my God. We're like, come here, Don. Let me lick your face. So we get on stage. His microphone kept messing up. So I just hand him mine. Yeah. He would use mine. He'd hand it back. And, look, I'm not stupid. When we were done, I got off the stage. I went in the bathroom and I washed my hands because I don't want to catch his cold. Mm-hmm. But I didn't sit around going, oh, my God, he's got a variant. Right. Again, an anagram of Omicron is moronic. Uh-huh. So the same letters, Omicron, you can use to spell moronic. Uh-huh. And that's just where we're at these days. So the doctor who raised the alarm about the COVID variant, he started pumping the brakes a little bit on the hysteria. He said the symptoms are actually, they're unusual, but they're mild. Okay, this was the South African doctor, which, by the way, Joe Biden has shut down travel from South Africa in 8 nations.
Yep.
And remember, that's xenophobic, people. That's xenophobic.
But don't worry, the southern border is wide open, so just go there.
Yeah, can you imagine if Donald Trump had shut down travel from black nations?
Could you imagine?
Can you imagine?
I can't even. Yeah, what a slap in the face to Africa.
So let's play a little our favorite Dr. Fauci. Let's play a little clip right here.
Anybody who spends lies and threatens and all that theater that goes on with some of the investigations and the congressional committees and the Rand Pauls and all that other nonsense.
Wow.
That's noise, Margaret. That's noise. I know what my job is. All I want to do is save people's lives. I mean, anybody who's looking at this carefully realizes that there's a distinct anti-science flavor to this. So if they get up and criticize science, nobody's going to know what they're talking about. But if they get up and really aim their bullets at Tony Fauci, well, people could recognize there's a person there, so it's easy to criticize. But they're really criticizing science because I represent science.
Do you, though?
Oh, do you?
Do you? Because you've been wrong at every turn, Tony.
Right.
Like every effing turn, you've been wrong. Like everything. Everything. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And then you're going to come out the other day and say, oh, expect more mandates and more lockdowns. There's going to be more quarantines. Get used to this. Doesn't matter what Joe Biden said. Doesn't matter. This is here to stay. No one's going to eradicate. Now, Joe Biden, he did say in his campaign he would get rid of COVID. He said that in his campaign. Fauci came out the other day and said, no one is going to get rid of COVID.
Because then that would mean I would lose a job.
That's right. So here's this, and by the way, they tell you don't question the science. No, you're supposed to question science.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's not even science anymore. We're just all questioning everything because nobody believes one word that comes out of anybody's mouth that's affiliated with Biden.
You do not have free will to choose if they take away your ability to refuse something.
Right.
If they mandate it, we're just going to have to get used to these mandates. Kiss my ass, dude. No, we're going to question the science, and we're going to question you because you're an idiot who killed people in the 80s with AIDS. You don't care. You don't care.
Yeah.
You don't care.
No.
And the government doesn't love you, people. The government does not care about you. You are guinea pigs. They're willing to give you up to keep a narrative going. The media is willing to give you up. That's why they're not willing to talk about the car crash, quote unquote, in Waukesha in Wisconsin. Because you know what? They're willing to sacrifice some lives in order to keep the narrative going, to keep the hate going out there. And we're not going to talk about things that don't fit the narrative. We're not going to talk about that. But they're okay. They're willing to sacrifice some lives. They're willing to let some people die.
Babies, children,
and you know what? I had
children.
I did a TikTok a while back where I said Ivermectin won a Nobel Prize for its use in humans. And this guy comes on there, well, you're wrong, and you know you're wrong because it was the scientist who created Ivermectin and it wasn't for COVID, it was for parasites. I said, I didn't say what it was for. I just said it won a Nobel Prize for its use in humans. So you people are out there saying, oh, you're using horse dewormer and you're shoving it up your ass and giving yourself a good squirt and killing yourself with Ivermectins. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is, it can be used in humans. That's the point. And if I want to go out there and get ivermectin, you don't know. I might have worms. You don't know.
2 of my friends who got
COVID. I do
COVID.
weird shit, Lisa.
I know. I don't question that. But 2 of our friends got COVID and they got ivermectin.
Amazing, ain't it? It's amazing how Joe Rogan and just people of note, Joe Rogan and what's the Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, they did that protocol and it worked. Various other people I know, they've done the protocol and it works. You got people who are on their deathbed right now and they refuse to try this protocol. But again, don't worry. They're going to have to, they got to use things like COVID and the variants and all this stuff because they have to use all of this crap to make sure that Joe Biden has an excuse when it's all said and done. Well, Joe Biden could have gotten all these things done if he hadn't had to deal with that. You don't believe me? Watch this clip right here.
Nearly 150 days ago, the president said we were closer than ever to declaring independence from the virus. Now we see this new COVID variant. How much of a challenge does this pose for the president?
Well, we mentioned those travel restrictions earlier. We know that New York's governor has declared a state of emergency. And we saw the markets take a nosedive on Friday, all because of the Omicron variant. So I would say that this poses a significant challenge to the Biden administration, particularly on the economic front. Last week, we heard the president urge Americans to have confidence in the progress that the economy has made. Well, the Omicron variant could pose a significant threat to that progress. And heading into an election year for the Biden administration, which is critical, it could spell trouble.
Mm-hmm. It could? Mm-hmm. It could? Mm-hmm. I need to adjust myself because this is ridiculous.
That grinning fool sitting up there like, oh, we know all about, smiling about the travel restrictions.
She's like happy about
smiling about the market downfall on Friday.
Yep.
All these problems it's going to cause for the president. Oh, this outbreak of the Omicron variant.
She must be friends with Kamala. Yeah, she was a little too giddy about that whole thing.
Yeah, way too happy about this thing. But no, this is like, we got to make sure President Sippy Cup gets an excuse here. But again, I remind you guys, and Chris, honestly, I meant to send you a couple of different pictures. Maybe we'll do it at the break. We could pop them up on a full screen. We can get them. But you know what? That's what I'll save that. But there are some tweets that are out there. If you go back, very embarrassing tweets. And if you follow me on Twitter @WatchChad, which is always entertaining.
It's like a comedy show on Twitter.
I just love to piss people off. Somebody the other day is like, what do we expect from a guy who has 1776 bitches on his hat? What do we expect? We have a good time with it. It's fun.
And you're the bitch.
It's fun and it's funny. So 1776 bitches.
You little bitch.
I mean, it's people that have no sense of humor, right? Pure-blooded. How about that? How about that?
Yeah, those are the people that are like, I'm just going to vote for Biden again in 2024 when he runs.
Yeah.
Those are the people.
Listen, when I look and I see that the temperature outside is equivalent to Joe Biden's approval rating and the wind chill is Kamala's, it's time to put on 2 coats.
It was 20 degrees out today. I didn't catch that.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, at some point in time, I don't know if they're saying this yet or not, but I guarantee you it's coming where they're going to say that they should probably just put the vaccine right into dudes' testicles in case they impregnate somebody. Like, just go ahead and let's vaccinate their sperm in case they get somebody pregnant. I mean, this is the kind of idiocy. It's getting to a point where you're not going to be able to get on social media. Nope. Again, I've got the info coming for YouTube social this coming. You're going to have to pay a subscription, period. You're just going to have to do it.
Yep.
It's where it's going to come. But it's going to get to a point where you won't be able to transact business. What? You will not be able to. You will not be able to go to the grocery store. Nope. You won't be able to run a debit card. You won't be able to open a new account. You'll have to have a vaccine. Joe Biden said yesterday morning, I heard him in a press conference, they said, what's the goal? He said, the goal ultimately is to get everyone vaccinated and the boosters. And the boosters. Now, we know that I think it's the J&J. It drops to 58% efficacy after 6 months, so you have to get the booster. I know people who have gotten the vaccine, and they refuse to go get the booster.
Our good friend got vaccinated, got the booster, and has COVID right now.
Yeah.
Quarantining right now.
Lots of people.
Yeah.
Lots of people. It's just, and I know, again, people are going to say, getting the blah, blah doesn't mean you're not going to get the COVID. Well, I mean, it's got a 99.789% survival rate anyway. Why do I want to go put some mystery chemical into my body that I have God knows what results? I don't want a lazy eye like Stu.
Well, listen, let me just... That was rude. But let me just say that if you haven't gotten COVID by now, you're probably not going to get it. Especially you.
I'm around people all the time.
You've been shaking hands and kissing babies for
sometimes I'll
years.
be out and about and I'll be like, well, I wonder if what if I get it? I'll be like, well, if I get it, then I'll go through it. I mean, just like I go through anything else.
I know, but if you haven't gotten it by now, you're not going to.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I do? I drink a lot of tequila.
Maybe that's the key.
It kills stuff.
Yeah.
They said early on zinc and cocaine. That's a good protocol. Kidding, kids.
But they did say zinc.
Zinc is bad for you. But the you try to do something, stay active, move around, pray.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that. You know, I mean, believe it or not, I believe God created us. He designed us. And I also believe that our days are numbered by him. Our days are ordered by him. So you're not going to live one day longer than he has designed for you. And you're not going to die before he's ready for you. Right? So I believe that.
I do too. I was raised to believe that too.
I mean,
God
I
knows
just
when he's
believe
taking
that
you.
our times are in the hands of our creator. I'm not a deist that believes that God is some big clockmaker that just wound the thing up, turned it loose, and what will be, will be. And, you know, I do believe you reap what you sow, but at the same time, you're not going to outsmart God. I mean, that's just my angle on that. And so, you know, Dr. Fauci set himself up as a little God player. Imagine that, a doctor. And another thing that imagine, remember when the left especially was so anti-Big Pharma? And now they just love Big Pharma to the point of just being its chief evangelist. Like, oh, you haven't gotten blah blah? How dare you? You want to kill grandma. Well, you want to kill unborn babies. So forgive me if I don't really take your compassion for humanity real seriously right now. You're also the ones that wants euthanasia legalized. So shut up. And I posted an article the other day at chadprather.com. In Germany, where euthanasia is legal, you have to be blah blah before you can get euthanized.
What?
You got to get the blah, blah before you can be euthanized. ChadPrather.com. That's the kind of stuff I'm reporting over there.
That's going to be our future governor,
You know why?
people.
Because they don't want their doctors being exposed to you.
Right.
If you haven't gotten the blah, blah. Now, remember, don't forget, the blah, blah can't keep you from getting COVID. But they want to make sure you've got the blah, blah so they can't get the COVID. Now, explain to me that right there before they euthanize you, before they put a serum in your veins to kill you. So you can't even commit suicide without getting vaccinated.
My God. All right.
So trust me when I tell you, it's all coming.
Yeah, we're all going to be buried with vaccine cards.
It's all coming.
6 feet under. Make sure you got the vaccine card.
I just want to go ahead and embalm you now. Shout out to my girlfriend, Brandy Love. I know you're watching. Hey, fall is here. And with the cooler weather comes flu season. It still exists, folks. It still
flu?
exists.
What's that?
Hey, do this, beef up your immune system with something that's tried and true, like a daily dose of real fruits and vegetables, kinds you get in Field of Greens. It's unlike any other superfood because it uses real USDA organic fruits and vegetables. It's packed with antioxidants. It supports heart health, metabolism, blood pressure, and digestion. Plus, it's pre and probiotic. It's great for everybody in your family, even the kids and your little athletes. It's unlike other nutritional drinks which rely on just one vegetable. Field of Greens is packed with 18 clinically researched essential fruits and vegetables. Taking Field of Greens is super easy. You just put a scoop in a glass of water, stir it up, drink it, and you're done. The best part? Tastes great. Go to BrickHouseChad.com. Get 15% off your first order with promo code CHAD. I'll spell it Chad. Give it a try. Your body's going to thank you. BrickHouseChad.com. BrickHouseChad.com. Promo code Chad. And we're going to be right back. Welcome back. Oh my gosh, folks, just when you thought it was safe to trip the light fantastic and bebop your way out the front door of your own home into a post-COVID world, just when you thought that all the talk about blah, blah mandates, social distancing, and mostly useless face coverings was winding its way into the trash heap that exists and ever grows larger behind the forward-marching news cycle, just when you thought you were safe, a foul air of BS drifted by your nose, a portent of intellectual doom in the era of common sense taking a backseat to the apocalyptic narrative with which the left drives its never-ending search for ultimate control over your lives. In case you haven't heard, folks, the Omicron variant, yes, it has arrived. Well, I mean, it hasn't arrived here, not yet, but it's only a matter of time. Now, I know that it's going to be hard to hear the rest of what I'm saying here because of all the weeping and lamentation you're already doing over this. And I know that you're impatiently waiting for this little rant of mine to finish up because you've already got your torches and your pitchforks lined up at the door and you're ready to shove off into this post-apocalyptic dystopia and start looting and pillaging to survive the new horror. But take a second and let me see if I can talk you down from this ledge. Just kidding. The real truth is that if you're having difficulty hearing me, it's probably because your eyes have rolled all the way back into your head and fallen into your ear holes. A pretty smart guy once said that conspiracy theories are the pornography of doubt. Now, I know that conspiracy theory peddling is supposed to be the holy dispensation of the dispossessed right, but can we face facts here for just a second? Every card-carrying leftist out there engages in copious amounts of self-righteous self-pleasure every time a new variant comes out. Now, I like to refer to this as masturbating myself. It doesn't matter that so far the new Omicron variant seems to only generate what the doctor who discovered it labels it very, very mild symptoms. No! Is it suspicious that the people in charge of classifying these things are so politically attuned to the buttering of their own bread that they called it Omicron, skipping over the Greek alphabet letters Nu and Z, because we don't want to piss off Chairman Pooh Bear? Of course not. Drastic action must be taken immediately, right now, in the form of an African travel ban that just a short year ago would have been called racist. And hey, the fun doesn't stop there. Dr. Anthony Fauci, in case you haven't been paying attention, is the current Pope of science, the patron saint of it, if you will, and he wants all the good little boys and girls of America of all ages to know that more lockdowns could be on the way very shortly. Based on what he's willing to do to dogs, I gotta say that worries me a little bit. Look, folks, here's the long and the short of it. COVID is here. It's not going away. There will be new strains of it, just like there are new strains every year of the flu, new strains of the common cold. Hell, there's new strains of moron in Congress every year, and they have a tendency to be way more deadly than any disease. Now, if you're living your life in fear, you're doing it wrong. I'm not saying don't be cautious. You've heard me talk extensively about all of that. What I'm saying is wait and see what the facts bring, because I think there's a pretty decent chance we're being buffaloed into more restrictions, and I, for one, am not interested in any of that. There you go. I don't want any part of that, so you can take my name out of the hat, please. Anyway, here we are, Lisa. This is what we've launched into.
I think we need to start just referring to this new variant as the moronic variant. Why are we calling it that? Like, it's moronic. Let's just call it that.
It's the moronic variant.
Yeah.
No question about it. No question about it. It's a mild variant.
I just ignore all of it now. I don't even listen anymore to what they're telling us.
Speaking of masturbation.
Masturbation?
and conspiracy theories being the pornography of doubt. That professor, you remember, who said that it was okay to be attracted to minors as long as you don't act on it. We played his little TikTok or whatever a few weeks ago. He wrote a book about that. He's out. Kicked his ass out.
Canceled.
So I'm excited about things like that, and I'm excited about like I think they made the right call in the Ahmaud Arbery case last week. I believe those guys were especially the guy who shot him was guilty of murder. You don't go chasing somebody down because it's like, oh, somebody's been in there. But so you're just going to chase some random guy who's jogging through the neighborhood? I get it. The guy look, when I was a kid, when I was young, I'd go walk through job sites. I did it all the time. Of course, I grew up on job sites. My father was a builder, so I'd be on job sites. I'd walk over I'd go see what they were doing at other houses, do all that kind of stuff. And so it's a different kind of case. But, they're like, really? A guy, steals a hammer off a job site? You're going to go shoot him with a shotgun?
Right. Well, this is the world we live in now.
Yeah.
Everybody gets shot for anything.
And then the coffee case, which was the same one where he shot back at the cops.
Yep.
He was found not guilty. By the way, he's a black guy.
Oh. He's
a black guy, but he was not guilty. So the justice system, at least, still working in America. Of course, the Rittenhouse thing. So anyway, he gone. That guy, he's gone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
But then there was these Texas parents Chris was telling me about. And they were having problems making money through the COVID, the lockdown, the quarantine, shutdowns, all this kind of stuff. So they live like right down the road. We've been trying to reach out to them. Love to have them on the show because we're like this. I love entrepreneurs. They raked in $350,000 by sharing mom's explicit photos and videos on their OnlyFans. Obviously, they're getting a lot of criticism. I got a feeling they probably had a plan they probably enjoy putting their kink out there anyway. This was a good excuse to do it, just saying. Of course, they've got their young daughters there. Not a path I would have chosen.
Exactly. Right. You have two daughters.
Not a path I would have chosen, but they're going to do what they're going to do. But apparently, they're putting videos out. I mean, they're doing porn.
Yeah.
They're doing porn. Apparently there's money in that. Apparently there's money in porn. She looks awfully familiar. I know. I mean, like, maybe I saw her at the Kroger or something.
If she's local, you probably did.
I mean, apparently she lives close by.
Grabbing some
We've
bananas.
reached out. I'd love to have them on the show. They're in Fort Worth.
You guys didn't even catch
think
that.
I've seen them around. I live in Fort Worth. I think I've seen them around. Anyway, they said, she said, I've received comments and messages from people saying that they would be embarrassed to be my kids. Said the kids are going to be whores like her.
Well, if this is the example, probably.
Yes.
This is your mom. I mean, I can't get behind this.
There's a solid chance that your kids are going to be a little bit more lascivious.
Yeah, like my mom. Well, mom
a little
did
more
it.
libertine.
Yeah.
Than that. It's just like if you drink a lot and you're very libertine towards your kids drinking.
Yeah.
At holidays you give them kid wine. A little juice in a wine glass. Good chance they're going to want to drink when they get older. It tends to be that way. So you're right. Can't get behind that. I mean, they made money. We got to talk about it. People are like, why do y'all talk about stuff like this? Because we do.
Nobody else will.
Because we do. That's just the whole thing. We bring you news you can use to lose.
Did you just make that up? I love it.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh my gosh. I just keep talking about my hair loss. That's what I do with Keeps. That stuff works.
Oh yeah, it does it.
The stuff works. You just got to be faithful to do it. Jason Buttrell, he's like a new man. He's like a new man. He's got so much hair.
He was bald for a while, but that's because I think he was shaving his head because he was losing so much hair.
From the Keeps.
Okay.
And a lot of people ignore this advice, but I want you to remember a while back I told you how thousands of guys keep trusting Keeps for their hair loss prevention. If you'd have trusted me back then, you'd probably be showing off your hair kind of like Jason is now. Like people walk up to me, they're like, I want to touch your hair. And it's like real hair. Real hair.
Like $5 to pet Jason.
Yeah. So Keeps, they offer the same doctor-recommended FDA-approved hair treatment. It's the real deal with more 5-star reviews than any of its competitors, and because they're the generic versions, you pay about half the cost. You do everything online, which is the best thing. Answer a few easy questions, snap a couple of pictures of your hair, and a licensed doctor will review your info and recommend the right hair loss treatment for you. And then it's shipped to your door, and should you have questions along the way, you can message your Keeps doctor 24/7. And track your progress with the Keeps Progress Tracking Tool. So I'm going to get you started with a discount. Go to keeps.com/loss for 50% off your first orders. That's keeps.com/loss. Keeps.com/loss. And we'll be right back. Oh my gosh, people are idiots.
You don't say.
People are idiots. You ever paid attention to comedian Andrew Schultz? I think he's the best in the game right now. He really is good. His crowd work is the best. It's incredible, super good. This is why I always say I don't do comedy. Guys like that, they do comedy. Again, they're just solid. But anyway, he got cancel culture hit him. He doesn't care. They said he was telling inappropriate jokes, and so he was supposed to do an event. This was in Toronto, of course. So, yeah, he just booked another larger venue and sold it out in like 7 minutes.
That's awesome.
And that's what you do. I did that a couple of weeks ago in Waco. The promoter didn't want to do the deal, so it was like, screw it. I just go straight to the venue. We just do it. You got a clip? Play it.
What up, people? Yes, this jacket is fire, but focus. I want to tell you a story. Toronto. The infamous tour is coming, and we're doing it at Meridian Hall, but it wasn't always supposed to be at Meridian Hall. Originally, the show was booked at Massey Hall. We had the show locked in, and then Massey Hall hit me up a few weeks ago, and they said, hey, we have to cancel your shows. I go, why? They go, well, we looked you up, and you tell inappropriate jokes, and we no longer want inappropriate jokes on our stages, so we have to cancel your show. I said, okay, suck, I'll find another venue. We locked down Meridian Hall, but this is a much bigger venue, so I was nervous. I was like, will we be able to fill it? We put the show on sale. It sold out in 7 minutes. We added another show. That one sold out in an hour. It turns out the great people of Toronto enjoy some inappropriate jokes. So who are we to deny them even more opportunities to go see them. We're adding another show. Goes on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. You Massey Hall, Toronto. I can't wait to see you.
That's
there
awesome.
you go. That's what you got to do. You got to cancel culture.
Yes.
You got to come at it. Call them out. Call them out. I mean, you just absolutely. If somebody they dox you, you dox them right back. That's the deal. You want to come at me? I promise you, we're going to smoke your ass. And I like that attitude. Andrew's always had that attitude. And again, inappropriate jokes. He's a comedian for crying out loud. That's what he does. It's the whole point. It's supposed to be. If you don't like inappropriate, for the love of God, don't go to a comedy show.
Well, do you even laugh? Probably not. If you don't like inappropriate.
Go to church.
Ay.
If you want to feel good about yourself, go to church. They ain't going to make you uncomfortable anymore.
You need to confess is what you need to do.
They're not going to make you uncomfortable anymore. They're not after conviction or changing your heart. You just go in and come out the way you came in. And say, comedy club, man, dadgum. You're supposed to be inappropriate. Don't go to a show. But you can come to my stuff, Inviter, Texas, on December 10th.
Well, I like how you just did that. Ooh.
WatchChad.com is where all the fun stuff is. Going to be in Houston. Going to be in Arlington. Come on. Bow. Dave Chappelle, same way. So he went back to, where he went, his alma mater, actually. He was at the Duke Ellington School of Arts. And some people were screaming out that he was a bigot and they didn't like blah, 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 blah. He just went right back at him. He was like, he said, my friend, with all due respect, he's on stage. He said, I don't believe you can make one of the decisions I have to make on a given day.
Love it.
He said, what was his other statement? He said, I'm better than all you. I'm better than every instrumentalist artist, no matter what art you do in this school right now. I'm better than all of you. He's right.
True.
He said, I'm sure that will change. I'm sure you'll be a household name soon.
Love it.
But what are the odds of you being a household name? What are the odds? Yeah, unless you're going to win that lottery tickling them ivories. But he came right back up. But you know what? Dave Chappelle's a nice guy. Tells inappropriate jokes. That's the whole deal. He said there's two genders. Gender is a fact, is what he said. Gender is a fact. And he ain't wrong. Gender is a fact.
It's nice to see.
Why are you offended? I mean, if your gender, if your 17th pick of genders ain't a fact, then why you worried? I mean, what you know?
Yeah.
Either it's a fact or it ain't a fact.
But I love how all of these people now with like some clout are speaking up and saying things, and they're getting embraced by it.
I'm telling you, you mess with a man's work, you mess with a man's woman. They're going to show up. You left if they'd have left Joe Rogan alone, they came after his money. And he's like, now F you.
Yep.
Andrew Schultz, same way. But Schultz always been like that.
Yeah.
And you got Chappelle, and like, nah, we're just going to get down in the weeds with you. I mean, if that's what you want to do, if that's why you want to play the game. I'm throwing a Christmas party. I'm only inviting unvaxxed people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You cannot have the blah blah and come to my Christmas party. I mean, if you want to play the game that way, if we're going to isolate people,
right?
If we're going to segregate, let's segregate.
Yep.
My Christmas party, you've got to prove to me that you're unblah blah. You're pure blooded right here. Get it at chadonblaze.com. Use promo code CHAD20. Actually, you can shop all the collections at shop.blazemedia.com. You can even buy Stu's crap.
Hey.
Stu came at me, Lisa.
Is this what happened?
Stu came at me.
This is how it started?
Stu came at me. I said he has the best stuff, and Stu came at me. All's fair in love, war, and promo codes.
He does have some promos going too for Cyber Monday, but all week. Cyber Tuesday.
Chad20. Chad20. You can even buy his whatever.
Studoesmerch.com.
Yeah. But I am. We're gonna segregate the shit out of my Christmas party. That's what we're gonna do.
Are we gonna have it at your new pad?
Nope. Might have it at the warehouse. We'll set up shop. We'll sell merchandise there.
With your shirts.
Yeah, we'll do it at the distribution center.
That's awesome.
I told Allison. Allison's got so much on her plate. I said, we'll just do a big old BYOB redneck party.
Yeah.
And crank the music up. Have some live music.
Have the ragamuffins.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll get like,
have your friend.
Chris Stapleton.
I was gonna say, or isn't Tracy Lawrence your bud?
Yeah, we'll get Tracy Lawrence. Somebody. They're expensive.
That's okay. You can pay for it. You got the money.
I can do it.
You got the funds.
I can do it.
That's right.
Ooh, life's expensive. Talked to my CPA the other day. And I'm like, what? What?
Excuse me?
My Venmo is ChadPrather22. You can also donate at Prather2022.com. Hey, give me a TikTok real quick. Let's have it.
story time.
Oh, no.
What?
So I think that is very
That's a guy.
funny how we have these options for men and women bathroom, but a lot of places still do not have gender neutral restrooms, which is very weird to me because when I walk into a restroom, I have to pick and choose full of anxiety which one it is that I'm going to go into, because I'm always questioned. I'm always going to be looked at and gawked at by somebody who think I'm in the wrong place, or maybe I've been mistaken, or maybe I'm just a little bit crazy, and maybe I'm a little bit of a predator. So for my safety, I have to always wait until there is a place where I can go in and somebody is not going to try to discriminate against me. This would be something that I would not have to worry about as a gender non-conforming person if there was restroom options designed for people like me. Okay? This is not a joke. This is my life. Get with the program.
Why don't you open up your own damn restaurant? How about that? And then you can have it any way you want. You can run all kind of circus freak show shit you want. You can serve lollipops with beards. You can dip them in hair. How about that? You want to eat your chicken wings just dipped in hair? There you go. Be like, I don't know what this is. Is this food or what? Just dip it in your beard. Just have some.
Play the guessing game.
Yeah, play the guessing game. I don't know. Is this a,
Oh my gosh.
Is this an appetizer or a decoration?
You know what? We don't even need gender neutral bathrooms. We need just the label confused. There you go. Just go right in there. If you
Look, here's the deal. I don't even think, like, everybody, if you want to open a restaurant these days, just have individual bathrooms. Just individual bathrooms. There's a door, you go in it, you lock the door behind you. That's it.
Yeah, you don't need to label it.
You don't even go. There's
Right.
no urinals. There's no stall. Like, that's what I would do, just because, I don't want to piss somebody anyway. I go in the stalls. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust any of these yahoos out there anymore. And plus, dudes are gross. They lean on the wall. They're like,
yeah.
like these guys are like, oh my God, I'm so happy I found the toilet. I was about to die. Men in bathrooms are weird. And old men in gyms are weird too, because they just walk around with their little giblets hanging out. Like, that's just what they do. The little saggy ass. Their butts are so old, their butt cracks don't even go straight up and down anymore. They kind of go to the side. They just kind of angled ass. Yeah, angled ass. You just a
Flat
back
ass.
in a crack. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to see any of your nakedness. But
Oh my gosh.
like, you know what killed me about that TikTok right there? It's not even the beard underneath that chick.
That killed me.
It was the man knuckles. Did you see the dark man knuckles on there every time she held her breast?
Shoot.
Yeah, man knuckles. We'll be right back. All right, what do we got? That's all kind of crazy stuff. The federal court upheld the appeals of 10 states, I believe it was, 10 states against the vaccine mandate for health workers. It was halted in these states: Missouri, Nebraska, Arkansas, Iowa, Wyoming, Alaska, South Dakota, North Dakota, New Hampshire, and Kansas. Texas is conspicuously missing. Actually, so is Florida. These were the ones who brought the first legal challenge against the requirement. In other breaking news, CNN host Chris Cuomo, this was yesterday, used his media sources to find out info on Brother Andrew's accusers. That's what the records show. These guys are scum of the
They're such
earth.
creepers. Gross.
Yeah.
Both of them. Ew.
Go to where podcasts are offered. Leave us a rating and a review. 5 stars is what we take. We love them. 406 lady says, real man. Thanks for breaking it down and being real. From God to being a flawed human to speaking the truth in the news and politics, small town Montana listens and would vote for you. Thank you for that. I am a real man. I am a real man.
We sure about that?
Real boy. I am. I'm made out of wood.
That's the creepiest line.
So was that chick looking for a bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
You want to be honest? I saw those dark man knuckles. You can't hide masculinity. You can't hide it. I did a video over Thanksgiving. It was a talk to myself in the truck. It's called Man Up. Go find it in our YouTube feed right here. Go find it. Tomorrow, Hump Day, we're going to be there. ChadOnBlaze.com, promo code CHAD20. Go shopping. Love y'all. God bless you. Talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, Lisa. Bye.
Bye.